Hello everyone, welcome to LAM Special Lecture Series featuring Gua Sha, Day 2 of 4. Where does toxin in the body come from? Is it due to the internal reason or the external reason? In fact, the generation of toxin is closely associated with our daily habits and the changes of our surrounding environment. For instance, the lack of physical exercise and improper diet can all lead to the accumulation of toxin in the body. In general, toxin in the body comes mainly from three aspects: substances from metabolism, unclean food, and the intrusion of exogenous pathogenic factors. Accumulation of metabolites within the body. Our bodies are metabolizing all the time, inevitably leading to the generation of metabolites, which are the sources of most of the toxin in the body. In normal circumstances, toxin can be expelled timely, keeping the body in metabolic balance. However, the lack of physical exercise will result in the reduction of the mechanism of expelling toxin. These metabolized substances, if attached to the intestinal walls and the walls of blood vessels for a very long time, would be reabsorbed by the body, giving rise to constant accumulation of toxin and harming the body, leading to the decay of memory, fatigue, unhealthy complexion, constipation, and acceleration of aging. Free radical. Free radical is one of the main elements to cause human aging. An appropriate amount of free radical can prevent human body from being intruded and harmed by chemical substances and other exterior evil substances. However, excessive free radicals will generate a very strong effect of oxidation, intruding and harming human cells and leading to aging and dark skin. An appropriate amount of cholesterol is beneficial to the human body. However, excessive cholesterol will add burden to the liver and increase the amount of cholesterol in blood, causing hyperlipemia, arteriosclerosis, and fatty liver. Accumulated lipid. Too much lipid in the blood will make blood thicker. Normal blood flow requires greater pressure, adding burden to the heart and the burden to the walls of blood vessels against the pressure, resulting in high blood pressure. Precipitation of lipid on the inner walls of blood vessels obstructs normal blood flow, being apt to result in thrombus. Accumulated excrement. This is likely to result in diseases of the anus and intestines, as well as colon cancer. Accumulated excrement is also an important cause of cardiovascular diseases. Uric acid, lactic acid, and blood stasis are also toxins which should not be overlooked. Therefore, to avoid the accumulation of metabolites in the body, one should develop the habit of doing physical exercise frequently, since it can maintain and stimulate the normal functions of various human organs. For example, promoting the function of liver and kidneys, intestinal movement, blood circulation, and sweat expulsion. These are all conducive to expelling toxin from the human organs. The lack of physical exercise and the accumulation of various metabolites will threaten health at any time. Main and collateral channels intruded by toxin. Toxin in the human body is not only attributed to the garbage generated during body metabolism, but also to exterior elements: wind, cold, damp, dryness, heat, and fire in Mother Nature. These exterior evil elements, once intruding the human body, will block main and collateral channels and obstruct the circulation of vital energy and blood, leading to diseases. Wind, cold, heat, damp, dryness, and fire are 6 kinds of climatic phenomena in nature. People would fall ill if they cannot adapt themselves to these 6 elements when weather changes abnormally or abruptly. Then, these 6 elements would become harmful factors causing illness in the human body, so they are also called 6 exopathogens or 6 evils according to Chinese medicine. Pathogenic wind. As a kind of young malaise, the intrusion of the pathogenic wind will cause openness and discharge of the body surface, which is manifested by sweating. In most cases, pathogenic wind would intrude the upper part of the human body, body surface, muscles, and lungs. The nature of wind evil is changeable, resulting in illness in a mobile manner, leading to joint pain in 4 limbs. Pathogenic wind is also characterized by acuteness and quick changes. For example, rash is itching from time to time, and that they move around on the skin, appearing and disappearing at intervals. Pathogenic cold. As a kind of yin malaise, pathogenic cold is harmful to yang energy. Due to its condensation and stasis nature, its intrusion is likely to slow down the circulation of vital energy and blood. Stagnation leads to pain. Therefore, pathogenic cold is apt to cause arthralgia. Pathogenic heat. As a young malaise, pathogenic heat often attacks and leads to illness in summer. It is featured by the rise and dispersal of heat that is apt to exhaust body fluid, consume vital energy, and depress the spirit. Pathogenic heat attacks mostly together with the pathogenic damp. Pathogenic fire. Characterized by heat and upwardness, pathogenic fire is apt to exhaust vital energy and body fluid, including the upper part of the body. It tends to harm the liver, wind, and blood, resulting in various kinds of hemorrhagic diseases. It is also likely to cause distress and carbuncles. Pathogenic dryness. Marked by dryness, astringency, purification, and descending, pathogenic dryness is apt to harm body fluid, which is detrimental to the lungs. Pathogenic damp. Pathogenic damp is apt to obstruct the circulation of vital energy, harm yang energy, and make the human body feel heavy. Dampness is marked by stickiness and stasis. Consequently, it is difficult to completely cure diseases caused by dampness. Unhealthy diet and medicine. In addition to metabolized garbage in the body and the intrusion of evil elements into the body resulting from wind, cold, damp, dryness, heat, and fire in Mother Nature, diet is also an important source of garbage in the body, particularly unhealthy diet. There are several kinds of unhealthy diet. Pickled food. While being processed, pickled food is often added with lots of salt that contains impure substances such as nitrite, which are likely to generate harmful substances like nitrosamine. Frequent intake of nitrosamine is detrimental to health, even inducing cancer. Lead-containing food. Commonly seen lead-containing food includes puffed snacks and canned food. Lead is a heavy metal element with neurotoxins. With lead taken into the blood, people will suffer from obstruction of metabolism and harm to tissues and inner organs all over the body, with the harm to the nerve system being the most particularly serious. Scale. Cups, thermos bottles, or water bottles used for a long time will produce scale which contains quite many harmful metal elements such as cadmium, mercury, arsenic, aluminum. If not cleaned timely and thoroughly, they will result in aging due to pathological changes in the systems of digestion, nerves, urination, hematopoiesis, and blood circulation. Excessive drinking. Toxic substances such as alcohol, formaldehyde, methanol, and ethanol will accumulate in the body for dose of excessive drinking. They will not only harm the liver, reduce the liver ability to expel toxin, but also harm digestive, cardiovascular, and immune systems while increasing the incidence of various cancers. All kinds of medicine that we take would go through detoxification by the liver and kidneys. Abuse of medicine would harm the health of the liver and reduce its ability to expel toxin, resulting in the accumulation of toxin in the body. Long-term intake of certain kinds of medicine, such as sleeping pills, would increase the tolerance of the human body. Medicine residue when accumulated to a certain amount, would poison people, resulting in the decay of memory, slow reaction, headache, and dizziness. In addition, long-term intake of cathartics and antipyretics can do severe harm to the human body. Food additives. To be more attractive in colors and flavors, many snacks and instant foods are applied with pigments and flavoring agents. In order to keep food for a longer time, preservatives are used. Excessive additives in these kinds of food will bring toxin to the human body. Even if the number of additives conforms to the requirements for food safety, long-term intake of such food will inevitably lead to the accumulation of toxin in the body. This toxin accumulation can last for a long time without being observed, so its harm is also long-lasting. Long-term intake of various meats. Many kinds of meats and seafoods are applied with lots of antibiotics in the course of cultivation. Once it enters the human body, the antibiotic residues would interfere with the immune function of the human body, which is detrimental to health. Digestion of meats is a slow process, which is apt to result in fermentation and rot in intestines, leading to toxin. Toxin in the body not only disrupts the normal digestion and absorption, but also does harm to the system of circulation, the blood vessels, the system of filtration, liver and kidneys, and the system of digestion, intestines, stomach. When we become too weak to resist due to too many toxins, germs and pathogens would enter our bodies. Therefore, if toxins in our body cannot be expelled in time, the defense system of our body will become very weak, being apt to fall ill owing to the climate changes. Though there are various ways of expelling toxin, some of them result in harm to health, the harm that cannot be healed. Gua Sha is a safe and effective way of expelling toxin. Sha is toxin, with Sha brought about by scraping, stasis in the vital energy and blood in main and collateral channels can be expelled, eradicating toxin in all parts of the body. What is Sha? It is a term unique to Chinese medicine, referring to the stasis in the vital energy and blood in main and collateral channels. In clinical practice, Sha stands for red and purplish red freckles and spots on the skin of the patient brought about by the specially made scraping plate. Sha is also called Sha mark. It can be said that Sha is the blood stasis and the pathological product separated from microcirculation. If not expelled timely, it will block the circulation of vital energy and blood, and the exchange between nutrients and metabolites, leading to diseases in human tissues and inner organs. Therefore, according to Chinese medicine, all kinds of diseases can result in Sha. The harmful toxin leads to many kinds of diseases while speeding up aging. So, in essence, Sha itself is the toxin in human body. Consequently, it is also commonly called toxic Sha. Under general circumstances, Sha brought about by the scraper will gradually disappear in 3 to 5 days or no more than a week. Sha, as a toxin expelled from the human body, also reflects the state of diseases in the human body. The locations of Sha reflect the locations of the disease. Sha is apt to appear along the route of main and collateral channels or on the areas of acupoints, suggesting the pathological changes of the functions of inner organs related to corresponding channels. For instance, if Sha freckles or purple Sha marks appear at bladder 15 or the Sinshu point, when the bladder meridian on the back is scraped evenly, it indicates that there are abnormal changes in heart functions. Therefore, scraping should be applied as early as possible for health care. Different appearances of the Sha, the form, color, tint, and the speed of Sha appearance also reflect the extent of the disease concerned. Dispersed Sha in light color is equal to minor illness, which can be recovered easily. Extensive Sha in the form of spots and patches in purple blood lumps indicates serious illness, requiring scraping several times for recovery. According to Chinese medicine, Sha is the stasis in the vital energy and blood in main and collateral channels. The permeation of Sha leads to clear main and collateral channels, smooth circulation of vital energy and blood, eliminating diseases as a result. In fact, treating diseases by scraping can also be verified by modern medicine. The process of the scraping can lead to high hyperemia in partial tissues, stimulate the nerves of blood vessels, enlarge blood vessels, speed up the blood flow and the backflow of the lymph, reinforce the function of phagocytosis and the force of transport, quickly expel the waste and toxin within the body, and provide tissues and cells with nutrition, purifying the blood, reducing the state of illness, and promoting recovery. However, Gua Sha is not directly expelling toxin from under the skin, but taking blood stasis attached to the wall of blood vessels out of the blood vessels and absorbing it into blood vessels again through the blood, finally expelling the waste from urine via circulation all over the body. The skin looks unpleasing to the eye when Sha appears, but it will not harm the skin. Instead, it serves to invigorate blood circulation and remove blood stasis, strengthening the circulation of blood in the locations scraped and making skin appear healthier and finer. So there's no need to worry when Sha appears. Gua Sha is also a way to check up one's physical condition. With the scraping done, if there is no Sha, but only ruddiness, local heat, and relaxed feeling, it means that the person concerned is healthy, requiring no further scraping so as not to irritate the skin. Many people can mistake Sha for blood stasis. Superficially, Sha looks like ordinary blood stasis. However, they are different and have very different influences on the human body. Please refer to the table as follows. Now we have here differences between Sha and blood stasis. So the color of the Sha is mostly dark red or purplish red and even bluish black, while color of blood stasis is mostly bright red. The bleeding part for the Sha is blood capillary, while for blood stasis it's various blood vessels. Bleeding amount for Sha is light, for blood stasis it's heavy. Sense of pain for Sha without or with slight pain. For blood stasis, the pain tends to go beyond forbearance with movement restricted. Consequence of Sha: it can do away with swelling and stasis and smooth main and collateral channels. With Sha dispelled, the illness can be eased and even cured. The consequence of blood stasis: it harms the surrounding tissues, resulting in new pain or obstacle to the movement. According to the theoretical system of Chinese medicine, main and collateral channels are regarded as the system linking the inside and outside of the human body as well as all inner organs. These channels run through all over the body, connecting internal organs, limbs and joints, smoothing the circulation of vital energy and blood, and nurturing tendons and bones. Roughly speaking, there are 12 channels, including Taiyang, bladder meridian of the foot; Taiyang, small intestine meridian of the hand, or SI; Yangming, large intestine meridian of the hand, LI; Yangming, stomach meridian of the foot; Shaoyang, gallbladder meridian of the foot, GB; Shaoyang, Sanjiao meridian of the hand; Tai Yin Lung Meridian of the hand, Tai Yin Spleen Meridian of the foot, Shao Yin Kidney Meridian of the foot, Shao Yin Heart Meridian of the hand, Jue Yin Liver Meridian of the foot, Jue Yin Pericardium Meridian of the hand, as well as Ren Meridian and Du Meridian. Acupoints are special points on the body surface where the transport and transmission of vital energy and blood of human organs, as well as main and collateral channels, are concentrated. They are mostly distributed along the route of main and collateral channels, as well as the places passed through by dense nerve endings or thick nerve fibers. These points are in close connection with the tissues and organs deep under the skin. Therefore, acupoints are reflecting points of diseases and stimulating points for treatment. There are also extra acupoints on the head and neck, on the breast and abdomen, on the back, on upper limbs, and on lower limbs. Stimulation via scraping certain acupoints can effectively mobilize human ability to resist illness, preventing and curing illness. In addition, scraping reflection areas, projection areas, and corresponding areas on the body surface also serve as an effective way to stimulate corresponding inner parts. A concrete introduction to these areas is as follows. Finding acupoints in Gua Sha doesn't need to be as accurate as that for massage, moxibustion, and cupping. You only need to find the rough location. But the more accurate the location, the better the effects will be. This requires the methods of locating acupoints, which are divided into two, that is, body length measurement or physical marks of the body. So the first one, you use the thumb length. Second one, you use the middle finger length. And the third one, you use the four fingers close together. Physical marks of the body. We use the fixed marks. These are fixed marks free from the movement of the human body, such as the mouth, ears, nose, eyes, hair, finger, and toenails, breasts, navel, as well as various protruding bone joints and cavities. They are ideal for locating acupoints since they remain unmovable. For instance, Yin Tang point lies between two eyebrows, Danzhong point lies between two nipples, Tian Shu point is too soon away from the navel, and Dajui point lies under the seventh spinous process cervical spine when the patient lowers the head. Number 2, use special postures. This refers to the marks that only appear when corresponding movement takes place, including the appearance of the pore, cavity, and wrinkle as the joint, skin, and muscle move around, and sometimes the limb movement. For instance, Tin Kong point is in a cavity in front of the tragus when the one opens the mouth, and Hu Shi point can be found at the end of the palm crease when one grips the fist. Number 3, use experience. This is a simple and convenient method accumulated through long-term practice by people. For instance, with the hand dropping vertically, the point touched by the tip of the middle finger is Feng Shui point, or GB31. With two hands crossed naturally and flatly between the thumb and the index finger, the point touched by the tip of the index finger is Li Tre point, or LU7. Finding the most painful point is another method of locating acupoints, that is, a Shi point. Acupoints of this sort are generally decided by the kind of diseases, mostly near the place with pathological change or at a point quite far away from it. A Shi point has no fixed position or name. The place with pain is the location of the point, so it's commonly known as wherever there is pain, there is an acupoint. Reflection areas. In a broad sense, reflection areas refer to all areas of reflective effect in any part of the body. However, in Chinese medicine, it usually refers to such reflection areas as the soles, hands, and ears in a narrow sense. So this is for the left palm, the right palm, the sole, the dorsum of the foot, and the lateral side of the foot, medial side of the foot. Projection areas. On the front of the body, the projection area on the chest and abdomen corresponds to all inner organs underneath. So we have here the sketch maps of the projection areas over the chest and the abdomen. Corresponding areas. The corresponding areas are the body surface on the back and waist corresponding to inner organs underneath, mostly in the spine areas on the back. For more details, refer to our giveaway ebook on Gua Sha, which is included in the package. Thank you very much for your attention.